Hey, what's up, everyone?
Hi.
This is another one of Kay's choices.
Da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da.
As you can tell, because it's an older movie.
Well, there's some good old movies that I haven't seen. Okay?
And this was a.
80s, 70s, 80s,
Who's the guy?
70s.
Michael Cimino.
Yes, Coach
And it
Kitty.
stars. And it stars,
Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood and Robert Redford, or.
Beau Bridges.
Whoever. Whatever. I didn't care about this movie.
Oh, now you know how I feel with some of your movies, huh?
You see, that's the difference. You're wrong when you don't like my movies. I'm right when I don't like your movies.
This was an interesting movie.
Go ahead, talk about it.
Thunderbolt and Lightfoot. So, Clint Eastwood was Thunderbolt. You didn't know that right away, but you kind of figured it out. And it starts with him being a preacher in a, I don't know,
The West?
desolate place. I mean, the church was in the middle of nowhere, so it must have been farmers or small communities close or whatever. So all of a sudden, here comes George Burns, or no, George, who was it?
Bush.
No, George Kennedy, I think it was. Okay. Anyway, big burly
George
guy.
Burns, how you doing?
So he opens up the church door with a gun. So you don't find out why he's after Clint Eastwood right away. But here's Beau Bridges, a nonchalant airhead, just looking for some action. Didn't have family, didn't have a care in the world, just wanted to do something that would be reckless and fun. So he's driving along. Here Clint Eastwood is running across the fields, and all of a sudden he's out there. Beau Bridges picks him up. Beau Bridges is like hot dogging it in the car, and he's like, "We gotta get out of here." And George Kennedy is like still running after him. And then Beau Bridges is like, "Oh, you must have done something. What? You're more than a preacher. What's going on?" And Clint Eastwood didn't really get into it really fast. Finally find out that Clint Eastwood was with a band of guys that they robbed an armory and got a lot of cash. And one of the guys, it was a foursome, one of the guys died, but before he died, he told the other two that Clint Eastwood's character, Thunderbolt, had taken everything for himself. So now it's George Kennedy and this other guy that are chasing after Clint Eastwood. Now they're chasing after Beau Bridges too, his character. And so they do some kind of and Beau Bridges is kind of learning from Clint Eastwood what to do, not to do, make some sense, get, whatever. And then Clint Eastwood finally tells him the story. So there were four of them that ripped off an armory, and what they did was they all went their separate ways. Then they were going to all get back together. They kept together through, what was it? Not postcards, but something.
Smoke signals?
No. That they were all going to get back together and get the money. The money was hidden behind a chalkboard in
I need to show you
room.
there's a cartoon I need to show you, a Looney Tunes cartoon that actually has a smoke signals joke.
Okay. So they actually show
You sure
up.
I can't eat these?
Yes, no, you can't. You can't! So they all end up where the one-room schoolhouse used to be, and now it's a very large elementary school. So they're all like, I can't be here, whatever. And here comes George and the other guy. They caught them, and they're like gunpoint. And so then what they figure out, Beau Bridges came up with the idea, why don't you rob it again? You know that it worked. Let's do it again. And George Kennedy and Beau Bridges do not get along. They rub each other the wrong way. And Clint Eastwood kind of was like that, but then the Beau was kind of growing on him. So they get everything planned. They do it again. And then George Kennedy kills the one guy that got sick. or tosses him out of the car. And then George is driving the car that has all the money in it from the armory. The other two just let him go. Well, they were kind of beat up. They couldn't do much. So they finally get in a car. They hitch a ride. And they're walking and walking. And bam! They see a one-room schoolhouse. It's a monument or an archaeology. What do you want to call it? Blah, 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 blah. When you preserve a building, for history.
Historic landmark?
A landmark, yeah, I guess so. Okay, so they're like,
National Registry?
I wonder if this is the same schoolhouse. Then they end up going in, and Clint Eastwood was sure enough. And there was a couple in there taking pictures, and the wife was so happy. Oh, don't you love these old buildings and old schoolhouses and yada yada. Okay, so here we are. Clint and Bo, before they got there, Bo Bridges kind of got beat up really bad. I kept saying to this other kid over here, God, is he going to have a stroke? Look at him. And
Let's do
sure
this.
enough.
Let's do this next.
Okay. And sure
It's
enough,
shorter.
guess what? He did end up dying. Well, they got the money. They got it out of there. I don't know. They don't show how they hauled it or anything. Not much of a vehicle or whatever. And he went and bought a Cadillac convertible, picked up Bo Bridges, and Bo Bridges is like, his side was going numb and everything. And so they're driving along, and they just want to go and be free and everything. And then he dies in the car, and Clint Eastwood stops, checks him out, and then just keeps on going. So Clint Eastwood was trying to protect him, but George Kennedy sure did a number on him and caused a stroke.
This movie doesn't make me want to see any more of this guy's work, because he did The Deer Hunter, he did Heaven's Gate, and I don't know if he did anything else.
Yeah, I think he did 4 or 5 movies.
Okay.
But I thought it, I had always wanted to see
Well, that's
it,
because
and I didn't see it.
Well,
and
that's...
Bo Bridges was good enough that he got a nomination for
Best
co-star.
Actor.
No.
Best Supporting.
Best Supporting Actor. Yep. But he lost it to one of the guys from The Godfather.
Al Pacino?
I think so. Either him or the other guy. The Godfather. So,
Marlon Brando?
No, I don't think, not him. So, not as good, I would say, as Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid. But I think for a twosome...
Not as good as Wild Wild West, in my opinion.
But for a twosome, for the time frame and everything, I liked it. I got a few laughs out of it. What really frightened me was the bunnies in the trunk. That, who was it that was going to shoot him? He was going to let him go and shoot him. Because there were some guest appearances like, who was that?
Well, after this, we should see The Shining if you really love bunnies.
No. That's where I draw the line, folks. But
Of course, you don't like Stephen King.
I thought it was okay. It was good. I enjoyed it. Sometimes you gotta watch some of these classics again.
If you like older movies from like the 70s and 80s that are a little slower paced and...
You should still see...
Not super
Butch Cassidy
sharp.
and Sundance Kid and The Sting,
It.
Mm-mm.
Stephen King's The Shining. The miniseries, which is like 4 hours long.
No. I don't need to, thank
How
you.
about this? How about his good miniseries, The Stand, which is also
Now
like
you're
4
getting
hours.
off the subject. There are a lot more good Clint Eastwood movies, so, we should watch
I'll
that.
stick with like Trouble with the Curve or even Gran Torino.
Gran Torino was, yeah.
You don't remember Trouble with the Curve, where he played like
Yes.
Mr. Magoo, basically? That's a goddamn person over.
He didn't use machines or whatever. He listened and watched the picture.
Yeah, and there's There's even a scene where he's like trying to go to the bathroom. He's like, "God dang it, pee already!" It's like this guy's a comic genius. How come? How come? You know what? Hollywood, you're so into reboots. Reboot Mr. Magoo starring Clint Eastwood.
Jeez.
He might
But
even
anyway,
tap.
okay.
He might hold on. He might even tap Leslie Nielsen's Mr. Magoo.
So, what would you rate this?
Oh, jeez.
Because you checked out, right?
I checked out super fast. There was not much
But in
for
your
me.
movies, oh my God! If I look away,
Well,
oh!
well, that's because you're wrong when you do that.
I don't like all of your movies. Okay,
You don't
I
like.
watch them because you want me to. But yeah, me.
Hey, why don't we watch one of the movies I want to watch, and let's just watch it for fun tonight?
No. No.
Yes.
No.
How about?
No. No.
That's a real movie.
Tomorrow night is. What is tomorrow night? When is
Saturday.
This? When is this
Tomorrow
getting-
is Saturday.
When is this posting?
Tomorrow is Saturday. It's like we're like a few
Okay.
weeks before Thanksgiving.
Okay. Anyway, I enjoyed it.
So we should watch that movie.
No, I got some good laughs out of it. I thought Beau Bridges was really good. He was out of his element. You know, we saw him in Starman and other stuff.
That was Jeff Bridges, wasn't it?
No, I don't think so. It was this Bridges.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges.
Let me see. Was this Beau Bridges or Jeff? God, they're like twins.
Well, it says Jeff on
One of the
it.
Bridges. Yay!
London, their cousin London Bridges.
Lloyd Bridges. Anyway, I thought it was good. You like oldies?
Oh.
You like classics? Go for it.
Spoiler alert, we got Starman on Blu-ray.
Okay.
Join us next time. You want to see it, go ahead. I'm sure you can rent it. We saw it on Prime, didn't we?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, watch it on Prime if you want to.
You're already paying for a month. You might as well watch something, right?
Join us next time when we take a look at one of her picks.
Oh, good. Again. Yay.
Bye.
Bye.